All right, guys. So for this client interview, it's been in the making for a few months now, but this guy is so busy. He has so much work, thank God, that he's just unavailable. Daniel, what's up, brother?
All good, all good. Good to see you again.
Likewise, man. First of all, thank you so much for coming. I know you're super busy and you've, gonna spend 15-20 minutes with me, so I appreciate it. But I'm making these calls, these conversations with clients because I want people to understand how local service mastery works. Who are the people who join the program? What are the type of the results? People have a lot of questions, and I think you guys are a brilliant example of students of the program. So maybe we'll start off by you sharing a little bit of background, like you and Jessica. What are you guys doing? What's your company? And then we can just go from there.
So me and my wife started the Harmony Design and Development after being a project manager for several companies together as a team, and we experienced a lot of projects for really short amount of time, and we experienced different companies, so we had the view, and we collated a lot of data as two people working in the industry. We collated a lot of data that helped us to maybe change, and really wanted to create a different platform, a different way to do that feels a little bit more natural to us. So we really had fun going together and try helping people with different type of projects. We really had fun doing that, and it started from there. And slowly, into the fog, we just saw the light, and we understood that it's something that we should and just continue do and grow. And slowly there where we are. It was amazing.
So you started as two project managers working for a different company. You decide to start Harmony, right? Harmony SF, or what's the name of the company?
It's Harmony Design and Development. In Instagram it's Harmony SF because we're focusing in San Francisco, California. We opened 3 months after COVID. That's why we started the company actually. We opened full-on COVID time.
How's the market back then?
Everybody felt that it's going to be completely crashed, but we were so focused on just building the company. It took us 6 months to really think how the company gonna look, how everything gonna work, how the system going to be really in place. So we were so focused, we didn't really care what's going outside. And when we started, actually, the market in San Francisco specifically was blooming. So it was like a big boost. 2021 was a really big explosion of construction everywhere, investments everywhere, investors popped up everywhere. Yeah, it was a really good time actually.
Beautiful. And all right, so you start your company. How do you get your first clients in the door? How do people even find out about you at this point?
It was any way possible. My goal was to try to get client as fast as I can without spending $1. So it was going to schools and offer programs that going to basically we went to a lot of schools, local schools for example, and we offer to give them in return design packages to help them design part of the schools. In return, we want the exposure in the local schools because that's the people you're going to work with. So that was one way. It was one period actually that I was driving by neighborhoods, and if I see a broken fence, or if I saw a shingles tore off from a roof or something, I would knock their door and offer my services. That was one of them. But we were lucky enough that people just recommended us by knowing us from different companies, and we just got a head start by doing a really good job, and it was a wave of referrals coming by towards our door, and between all of them, that was the beginning.
Beautiful. Okay, so you got your first clients over there. What made you where was the point that you're okay, I need to reach out to Lior, I want to learn marketing? What stage? Because I remember vaguely that you kind of plateaued. I remember that you had a spike before joining, and then you had the plateau, and then you're okay, I need to join Lior's program. But what was it like from your end?
So we opened Instagram while we were project manager for a different company. So since then, it was already gaining a lot of thousands in followers by being project manager for a different company. And by transfer it to our company, and start doing ads, we already been exposed to people who are looking for this kind of service. So that was a perfect head start for us. I think by the time I started Harmony, we had like 7,000 or 8,000 followers as project managers. And we used we had, since we left the company, the other company we worked for, we had to delete all of their content. So we started from zero and we started to build. On any project, I try to bring as much content as possible, as much videos as possible, much pictures as possible, as much as I can. For one project, it seems like I'm doing like 7. That's what I had to do, so I started like that. Each project shows like I'm, doing a lot more. But deep inside, I knew that everybody who's going to give me an opportunity, I'm going to make his life beautiful. Everybody who's going to come to my way, he will thank me every day that I've been this contractor. That was my mission, and that was the motivation behind it. Beyond it, Jessica obviously doing exactly the same on the same page. If not, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, 100%. So why join like Local Service Mastery? Where did it meet you?
So we had a really high spike, and then actually I had like an accident. It was kind of serious. It includes some fractures in my skull and on my eye, and I was basically didn't work for like several months, and my wife was pregnant, 5 months pregnant this time, and she was supposed to handle with all of the project at the same time when I was hospitalized and recovered. And so literally the doctor told me, I really need you to stop think. I don't need you to think. Don't think about anything. Just eat and sleep as much as you can so you can recover. So obviously I didn't touch my phone. I didn't do any ads. I didn't do anything. And then it was a serious drop. Doesn't matter how much money I put in. It seems like the algorithm kind of blocked me and put me like, okay, go sit in the corner. We need money from you right now. Wait along and see what happens. So it's been a year that I'm getting maybe lead a month, and I just found you when you had like 100 and 200 followers, something crazy, to think that, it was such a long way. Yeah. And I was following you for so long time. And I saw the ads, and me as a salesman, this is everything I'm leaning on. Everything that I built leaning on sales, I just attracted to it. Because from really salesman to salesman, you can understand beyond the sales, beyond the speech, who you're going to deal with. And I loved it. I felt like I had like a personal connection to you specifically, and I wanted to be part of it. And when I joined in and I really got to meet you even more, I understood that I made the right choice, and just the platform that you build. That is a lot of other business owners that I'm talking to. I'm not talking to people who failed. I'm not talking to people who made it. I'm talking to people running, and basically either my competitors or people in other industries that I can learn a lot from. So I think that's unmatched. I don't think there is another platform or something close that doing something like that.
Yeah. First of all, I want to thank you for the kind words. And I remember this first conversation that we had, and you were like, Lior, I feel like I know you, like we're vibing together. And this is something that I put a lot of emphasis when business owners join the program on the importance of personal brand. And you guys have, really perfected this art. You need to understand that most of the selling, it's not on the call. It's done beforehand on the marketing side of things. And so think of, your projects, and you guys, you aren't pretending even to be like the cheapest. It's not what you're like. We're building, we'll get you the best results. It's hassle-free. You can, work in tech. You can do your investment thing, whatever it is. We'll handle everything. Everything's transparent. So it's like people are willing to pay for it. And when this is who we are, people are like, okay, I want to work with them. And so I want to again thank you for saying this. And I remember that, like you talked about the fact that you peaked, and then like you felt like Instagram put you in a corner. But I remember that, and correct me if I'm wrong, like, a lot of business owners who join, like they want to think of, I want to, learn everything, and like just by me learning and knowing everything, I will recoup my investments. With you, and this is like, you tell me, please be honest, But I feel like with you, it was that one tip on the onboarding call that this itself, as I don't know, 20 or 30x returned the investments of the program. Just this one tip. Do you remember it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because it's funny to me because instead of people automatically coming to a conclusion that okay, I'm opening a company, I'm going to spend loads of money on marketing, and then I'm gonna make it. What if not? What's going to happen? I couldn't allow it to myself. So I started with the lowest amounts possible, literally. Like, I think in marketing, probably spend less, probably around the 5 figures to try to, in the first year, and I withdraw only from Instagram 6 figures. While other people like playing in their phones, I play with my phone and I make things happen.
Yeah.
I think only because I was motivated. I didn't let any reason to stop me. Not that I don't know computers. Not that I never read a book in my life. I didn't let anything. I just looked at one thing and just chased it as much as I can, and I just brought it home.
100%. And I think that like the difference between the people who really succeed in not just in a program but in general in life is people who are able to listen and take advice and act upon it, implement it, start doing. It's not just because everyone can give you advice and everyone can tell you, okay, you need to do this, but you guys acted upon it. And one of the biggest things and red flags that I saw, and I was like, guys, this is why it's not working, is because you were still like doing the same methods of running, posts and images where I'm like, guys, times have changed. Now it's Reels. Start doing Reels. And once you do that, then it's just like boom, everything just like reopened, and
that's what opened the doors. Since you told me, when you share with me this sentence, you can see it's exactly the same dates. Everything Reels. Yeah. All of my pages Reels. Yes,
I remember this conversation, and again, like with a lot of businesses, and I'm trying to also share this message on my Instagram, is that guys, don't get stuck on one platform. So for you, for example, like if you see that Instagram works better than Google Ads, don't get fixated on Google Ads. If Instagram is working, let's just squeeze this lemon, let's just make the most out of it, and then let's do it in the best way possible. No, but I want to get better results with my Google Ads and get it from 25%, I want to get to the 30%. Why? If you're better at content creating and you're better at getting these testimonials and like you're a better storyteller and you're able to get this, why not just do this? So I love the fact that you guys are, again, like you implemented it and you actually made it work. And again, like you guys are like really taking things now to a whole new level. And so my next question for you would be, Daniel, like now thinking about the program, the process, everything that that involves, who would you recommend to join a program like this, and who would you say, okay, just don't do it, like even if it's free, don't join? Because there are two type of people in the service spaces that either it's like a perfect match, it's like a match made in heaven, or it's just like it's not worth your time, you just spend money. Who would you see relevant for this program, and who's the other group?
So first of all, we have already like such a big platform that we already know who we want in or who we want out. We already like set a standard. I feel like that like in the course there is like already a standard that of people that coming. I think you have to be burned by money. You first of all you have to lose some money, and you have to be on the way. You have to be on the way of trying to reach something. But I think it's like just I see it as becoming independent. That's how I see it. I see it that's your first step to become literally 100% independent in the business industry, regardless. But I'm thinking that this course is only the beginning, because I think that there is like more things to, because like you said, I started like a really small niche. I really didn't invest a lot. I tried to learn Google, I tried to learn Facebook, I tried to learn like different platforms. I see that it's not working, I focused on Instagram. Also because I seen other companies that are successful in like different platforms. So why should I, if I have an opportunity, I didn't see nobody exploded on Instagram yet. So why not to go there? Why not to go there first? And try to be the one who started it, you know, or the one who like really, you know, differentiate himself enough that he's becoming something different. But I'm thinking that it's everybody own a business, everybody who has a business and burned by money a little bit, by, you know, marketing, you know, agencies, whatever. I don't know what's really, you know, the standards today, but you have to be burned by money a little bit and to say, okay, I got enough, I had enough. I want to be independent, and I think that's a really good beginning.
100%, I agree with you. And you know, it's unfortunate because I don't like, you know, that people tell me, oh, I got burned, you know, with this marketing agency. I spent $1,000 a month, and you know, a year later nothing happens. But unless you have that experience, you would never realize that no one's out there to save you. No one cares about you. No one cares about your business. And unless you first learn how to generate your own leads yourself, master this skill that's so important, because like you said, like if you don't have this, you don't have a business. So unless you do that, like there's no way that you'll be able to really accomplish what it is that you're setting for yourself. So absolutely, I like when someone tell me I already tried with a marketing agency, I know that they know there's no one out there to save them. Now it's up to them. And that's a really empowering feeling that you're in control. That, okay, if I'm not reaching my goals, I can't blame Andrew or Matthew or whoever it is. I can only point to myself and say, okay, you haven't done, you know, good enough job, or you haven't put enough reps, or you haven't, you know, like improved yourself, or you haven't invested, you know. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. And this is what's so important as a business owner, because we disconnected from the 9-to-5 life. Like we're not working for anyone else. We took on ourselves to build our own destiny. And this is the money time. This is what you need to do. So
if you decided to open a company, and this company doesn't make money, that's your fault, period. Doesn't matter who you chose as a partner, doesn't matter who you chose as a marketing agency, doesn't matter what. It's your fault, period. And you have to do something about it now. You have to be in a monitor, because, you know, another way to think about it is only to be in a place, like you said, to be in control of marketing, because I know companies that actually was flooded with lead. They went to a lot of leads. They sold actually way more than what they expected. They failed and they crushed. They couldn't really, you know, what's going to happen if you limit yourself. You can do, like, for example, 10 projects, but you're receiving like 250 leads. Yeah. What's going to happen? You need to be able to control it. You need to be able to monitor it. You need to be able to know what clients you want to work with. That's also something, you know, you not necessarily want to work. After a few years, they get burned by different type of clients. You don't want to work with anyone. So you want to aim for a very specific client. Client. That's your tool to do that.
Absolutely.
If you dependent on somebody else to do that, it's not under control. It's not under your control, then you cannot do anything about it.
Yeah. And so I tied back to the personal brand, which is a lot of companies nowadays, whether it's in the home improvement space or, you know, like services or whatever it is, they're just trying to do a Me Too version of, you know, whatever service it is. Where I think that for you, your success and why you guys were able to really build yourself as a brand is that you decided that, no, we're going to do things differently. This is who we are. We are not competing for price. We're competing for quality. And so once you do that, then it opens up a whole new, you know, niche that you thought is too small, or because you're trying to capture everyone. You're trying to get that, you know, a bathroom remodeling for $10K, but it's too little. But it's like, okay, let me just bring that. And that guy needs some countertops, so you're like, okay, you know what, let's take that. And that roofing, I'm not an expert, but I can bring a subcontractor, let's do that. And this is like how your company looks like at the end of the day. Whereas when you're building a personal brand and you have a vision of what you want to serve, what do you want to be best at, who are your clients, it's just like, everyone wants to work with you. Everyone wants to
Right.
work specifically with you.
Right.
Now, I want to ask you, like, what's next for you? Like, what's next for Harmony? Where are you guys now? Where are you guys aiming to be in a few years? What's the vision?
The vision is to little bit by little bit to first of all specialize in San Francisco and the area, only because it's our home. We love it. That's where we love the architecture. We are part of it. We're already like a big part of remodeling and building industry. So it's very important to us that we are part of building this culture here. And we want to set a standard. First of all, we want to be big enough so we can set a standard that everybody will understand that if you're coming and working in a house, you need to understand that there is a really high standard and somebody can be right here above your shoulder. And if you make like one small mistake and take you and take your project and teach you a lesson for a second. So first of all, raise the standard. So, which is going to take many years to do that, because I think people really deserve it when it's coming to real estate and when it's coming to a place you love. I think that's one of my ways to bring back. The second thing is, I think for now, I'm always trying to create a 5-year plan. So that's going to take me even more than 5 years to create. But I would say like, overall, in the long run, I really pray for myself to continue, be a really good listener to the audience, so I know what I need to develop next for them to just feel more comfortable in the industry. Because 30 or 40 years ago, this industry was like Wild West.
Yeah.
You can open a project for $3,000, then you give them, listen, all of the plumbing is here, is a disaster, blah, blah, another $25,000. She has nothing to do. She has nothing to do but to pay you. And that's how people build like a full-on careers based on that. So there is like a really bad reputation when it's coming to the construction industry. So first of all, to change it completely, so everybody can make like really decent, good amount of money, and it's going to be very respectable work to do, job to do, a profession. So you'll be like really respected, as what you do, as everything else. And just to continue listen to the clients and give them what they need, whatever it takes. I'll do everything possible, everything in my power to just make their life easier. And obviously I want to focus on like having like more bigger size projects and eventually do custom home building, like custom home houses. Somebody just come with a very specific budget, blank land. That's my idea, that's my vision. Create it from A to Z. That's my dream. Really.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys will get there. Like as I got to know you over the course of our interaction and me following you and seeing what you guys are doing. So I'm absolutely positive that it will happen sooner than you think. And
thank you.
Good work. Like again, it speaks for itself. And it spreads around. And so you're already starting to build a name for yourself as a local home improvement company in San Francisco. Last question, Daniel, that I have for you.
Yeah.
People are thinking about whether to join or not Local Service Mastery. What would your advice be for them?
You guys have a business, you guys lost some money, come in, literally. Like there is no question. Like I don't even remember how much money it cost me, I don't care. Like when I heard like what is the purpose and what is the idea behind it, let me in. Can I come in? Let me in. If I'm in, I'm in. Okay, thank you. Like I don't know what else. Like there is so much information out there that their mind will explode. Like it will take them a lot of time to really like go over all of these things, to be part of it. It takes a lot of energy. It's an investment. They need to understand that they're going to work hard. It's not like, okay, I paid money, I'm gonna get a solution. No, you're gonna work a little bit harder now. You have a lot of work to do. Now you understand how much things you need to do, how much things you need to learn. And like I said, I only know Instagram. That's the only thing I know. I need to learn Facebook, which to me, I have no idea where I'm starting even. Google, I didn't understand how it works. Other websites, I don't understand how it works. I have no idea. So there is so much work. It's years of work that can start with like a fraction of an investment, I think. So I think join. If you have a business, join as soon as possible. That's what I'm thinking.
Amazing, man. Daniel, I won't keep you long. Thank you so much, man, for your time. Guys, if you're interested in learning more about our program, there's going to be a link underneath this video. Make sure to check it. There is a full breakdown of how our program works. Set up a time with one of our sales rep or myself and we'll be able to see what you guys are doing, if it's relevant for what our program is offering. If it is, we'll offer you to come in. If not, we'll tell you that it's not for you, but no harm. If you're in the service industry, home service space, definitely this is what we pride ourselves in. So thank you all. Thank you, Daniel, again for your time, and I'll see you all here in the next one. Peace.